Yeah. 2. Yeah. Aye. I'm jacking the beat, you calling the cops. The yapping is cheap, I call you the ops. The rapping is heating, it's all cause of pop. You get a leak for the ball, get a drop. Feel like I'm wrong when I double it back, cause I'm making it harder to catch that. But I covered the ticket, I call you to visit. You tipping and hit up the cash app. Baby girl, been around for it, yeah. In the old days, I was stuck in old ways. Never really trying to flip the old page. Young man tripping at an old age. Thinking I was flicking, had a low wage. Led the bro days, then a slow praise. Thinking it'd be different, it would gon' change. Then it really didn't, it's a cold game, yeah. Ay, all I really wanted was the money in the pocket. Got over money, but the money ain't a topic. Like Bill Doe and the money gotta stop it. Kid need food and the whip need juice. I'ma get these views when the work hard, play hard, homeboy, everybody ain't calling out. Got a mouthpiece from the southeast, if you want scrap, stall him out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I feel good, man, I'm balling out. I'm a rich man with a rich fam, Christ bars got me out of mama house. And I bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Big God, big grace. Big God, big grace. Big God, big grace. Big God, big grace. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Big God, big grace.
What it do, baby? It's your partner looking so fresh, cold, clean. You see that thing, guys, and welcome to of the Countermove podcast, where we look at life from a wise perspective, lean in and reason the guys and come up with the proper solution, baby. You see me a little better than you. Take that damn picture, guys, and man, guys, you know I like debates, man. You know I love it. But if you're looking for a debate, do me a quick favor. There's an X on the top, bottom, left, right, or what, either corner. Hit that boy, Doc, and it's get out of here. We're about wisdom, understanding, and knowledge in this thing, man. But all that to say, guys, if you could share. Guys, this is going to be a very good topic that I want to talk about because something actually happened this week. Actually happened yesterday. And it was something called a debate that was going on, man, which was pretty cool. But it was more than one debate. It was actually kind of like two debates. All right, two debates. You had the Trump and Tucker versus the GOP Fox debate. Now, typically, you actually have one debate, right? One, you have a lot of candidates up there and they're talking back and forth. You got a minute and a half talk, all the show. People are there to be entertained. That's what it realistically is. But for this one, it's a little bit special because President Trump didn't show up for the first debate. So he wasn't there. So we wanted to see how this was going to go. So you had really two dueling debates about candidates and by really networks. And let's see how this thing actually went, guys. I wanted to see which one actually had more eyeballs. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's go over to Tucker. This is Tucker and Trump right here. All right, let's look at this real quickly. This is as of right now. They had 732,000 likes, right? 247 million views. Now, views and impressions on Twitter could be a little different, but this states that 247 million people came and saw this for some time. All right, 208,000 retweets and 57,000 comments. That is a lot of eyeballs. That's crazy town, guys. So, hey, what's going on? Now, let's see how the GOP did. Because the GOP was on Fox News, but they were really live streaming on Rumble. So you had kind of a live streaming duel here. Let's just see what actually happened here. So you see the numbers right here, and they're steady going up. Now you have 732,000.7. Now let's see what's going on with the GOP. All right? They had 1.7 million views, right? 3,000 comments. They had 931 dislikes, 935 dislikes, I'm sorry, and about 5,700 likes. That is a huge difference. A huge difference. Let's say this again. 247 million views by Trump and Tucker versus 5,700 views for the GOP debate. I would say based on eyeballs, Trump and then won this one. And I was kind of I would say surprised. I was kind of like surprised, like, wow, I thought it'd be more close, but this is a blowout. This is a flat out blowout, and it's still going up. This is crazy town. But I digress, guys. No problem with that. So I would say when it comes to the Tucker and GOP Fox date, as far as views, Trump and Tucker waxed that behind. It wasn't even close. As far as viewership and engagement, was not even close, guys. But man, now let's get into some substance real fast, man. You know your partner. I'm about solutions. Now I'm going to say this now. Okay. Both of these discussions, guys, were not really full of solutions. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got to say, in a debate, it's kind of hard to really get like a deep, detailed solution. But we're going to look at both of them and see what's going down. All right, guys? So let's begin with the GOP candidates. These are the candidate intros. We ain't going through all of them, guys. We're going through 3 of them. That's it. And the 3 we're going through, guys, and this is because I picked them because I wanted to pick them because it's my show. DeSantis, Vivek, and Tim Scott. All right, that's what we're going to do. DeSantis first, Vivek, and Tim Scott. I call this portion selling the dream. Just selling the dream. Okay, in other words, who has the best delivery? Who can capture attention even more? All right. Most voters are looking for assistance or to be told what they may need, because some of them may not know what they need. Some may know what they need. So you have a kind of a dichotomy there of different audience. So let's see what's going on and bring on my man DeSantis then, guys. All right. Is this the first one? I believe so. Don't shout me down. Yes, it is. All right, here we go, guys. This is called Selling the Dream, okay? Candidate intros. Here we go. Let's see what's going down with the people.
What do you think it means?
Our country is in decline. This decline is not inevitable. It's a choice.
Okay.
We need to send Joe Biden back to his basement and reverse American decline. And it starts with understanding we must reverse Bidenomics so that middle-class families have a chance to succeed again. We cannot succeed as a country if you are working hard and you can't afford groceries, a car, or a new home, while Hunter Biden can make hundreds of thousands of dollars on lousy paintings. That is wrong. We also cannot succeed when the Congress spends trillions and trillions of dollars. Those rich men north of Richmond have put us in this situation. And finally, we need to lower your gas prices. We're going to open up all energy production. We will be energy dominant again in this country. I showed it could be done in the state of Florida. I pledge to you as your president, we will get the job done, and I will not let you down.
Okay, come back to your partner real fast. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be critical. He gave some points, which is great. What else? Boring. It was boring. There was Hurst. He was happy that he got through it. That did nothing for your partner. Now I get the points because I'm a policy guy, but damn it, sell to your boy. Sell me the dream, big dog. I mean, this is just me. I mean, that was harsh. That wasn't too hot to your partner. All right, that's just me. To me, that was boring. Yawn. Come on, man. Golly. Okay, now let's go to Tim Scott. Why? Because it's my show. Okay, Tim Scott. Here we go. They go Tim Scott.
After welfare programs. As a senator, now President Biden argued for freezing federal spending, this was back in the 80s, and dealing with sacred cows. He does not talk about that anymore. You have been a senator, though, for 10 years. So what have you done to rein in the increasing size of government?
All right, come on, Tim.
Well, thank you for the question. Over the last several years, I've had an opportunity to vote against spending package after spending package after spending package. What we also need to understand is that Joe Biden's Bidenomics has led to the loss of $10,000 of spending power for the average family.
Come on, man.
When you see 16% inflation, your gas is up 40%.
Okay, good.
Your food is up 20%.
Okay.
Your electricity is up 20%.
I get it.
We can stop that by turning the spigot off at Washington, sending the money back to the states, and allowing the decisions to be made at their own houses. I helped write the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in 2017.
I know you're nervous.
We cut taxes for a single mom like the one that raised me by 70%, for dual households by 60%, returning to the average family $4,000. If you don't send it to Washington, we can't spend it. That's good news for the American people.
Okay, but just to follow up, you did during the...
Okay, that was Tim Scott, y'all. Come back to your partner. Yawn. Come on. That didn't move me at all. At all. Canned speeches, rehearsed in the mirror. Come on, talk to your partner. You know what I'm talking about? Present to your mans and them. Come on, man. Sell a player. Come on, dog. I mean, it was boring. And I like my man, Tim Scott. I like him, man. Come on, bruh. Y'all, I told y'all, I'm going to be very critical. Be very critical. All right, guys. Next we have the young buck. The young buck, Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm probably destroying his name. I'm sorry, Vivek. Don't shut me down. Don't sue me. But let's go and talk what he's doing and see if he sells the dream. Present to us. Here we go. Let's go.
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Ramaswamy, listening to all of this, why should voters choose you over more experienced politicians on this stage? You're basically, a blank slate for people. You're 38 years old.
Yeah.
You've said that you only voted in 2 presidential elections before this moment, this political race.
Okay.
So first, let me just address a question that is on everybody's mind at home tonight. Who the heck is this skinny guy with a funny last name, and what the heck is he doing in the middle of this debate stage?
Stop right there, brother. Stop stealing Barack Obama stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Come up with your own stuff. Barack said that before, bro. All right, man, come on, Vivek. Come on, Doc. We need originality. We don't need copycat. Come on.
Stage. I'll tell you, I'm not a politician, Brett. You're right about that. I'm an entrepreneur. My parents came to this country with no money 40 years ago.
All right.
I have gone on to found multi-billion-dollar companies.
Respect.
I did it while marrying my wife, Apurva.
All right.
Raising our 2 sons.
All right.
Following our faith in God.
Okay.
That is the American dream.
Okay.
And I am genuinely worried that American dream will not exist for our 2 sons and their generation unless we do something about it.
All right.
And I do think Brett is going to take an outsider.
Come on.
Because for a long time, we have professional politicians in the Republican Party who have been running from something. Now is our moment to start running to something, to our vision of what it means to be an American today.
Presentation. My man.
The people who broke it again, you hand it over to a new generation to actually fix the problem.
Come on.
That's why I'm in this race, and we're just getting warmed up.
Hey, hold on, player. Hold on, Doc. Hey, brother. He got my ear. You know what I'm talking about? He got my ear a little bit. Hey, what he said was factually on point. It makes some sense. You know what I'm talking about? And he did it in bullet points, and he sold me the dream. He made the offer. It's called making an offer, presentation, so I can buy it. You know what I'm saying? Not DeSantis and Tim Scott, man, it was trash. Garbage. Y'all was boring. Vivek, man, I bought it, brother. I bought it, man. All right, y'all, man. Those were the intros. I ain't showing nobody else because it's my show. All right. Next, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the economy, guys. You know your partner and them numbers. I'm a numbers man. I'm about that bag, baby. Now, we're going to talk about that real fast. Let's get into this to the economy real fast. Boom. Here we go. Now, let's see what they're talking about. We're going to go to Trump here in a second, guys. But let's go to the economy, all right, and see what they're talking about the economy. I want to see what they're talking about here because this economy is jacked up. So I want to see if they're going to offer common sense legislation that makes life better for the constituents. Not hinder it, makes it better. Let's see what's going down. Here we go.
Percent of voters say the cost of groceries is a, quote, major problem for
All
them.
right.
You blamed the Biden administration spending for that increase. But as vice president, your administration spent more than any prior, $7.8 trillion
yes, they did.
added to the national debt, $3.5 trillion of that
they did
before COVID. So does that mean that you're part of the spending problem?
Okay.
Well, first off, thanks for the question. Thanks for letting me respond to a reference to our administration's record. I'm incredibly proud of the record of the Trump-Pence administration. I mean, in 4 short years, we rebuilt our military. We revived our economy. We unleashed American energy. And we appointed 3 conservatives to the Supreme Court that gave the American...
That's all wonderful and great, brother, man. That had nothing to do with the economy. Nothing at all to do with the economy, Pence. Stick to the question. Oh, this damn filibuster. Come on.
...people a new beginning for the right to life. Now,
answer the damn question.
Martha, you asked earlier who's the most best prepared for this job. And I must tell you, with all due respect to all of my friends on the stage, and even to one that's probably looking on, I think unquestionably I am the best prepared, the most tested, the most qualified and proven conservative in this race. I was a leader in the Congress of the United States. I led Indiana, where we balanced budgets and had a AAA bond rating. When I was governor. And as vice president of the United States, we spent funding to backfill on the military cuts of the Obama administration. And then we were there in the worst pandemic in 100 years.
Get to the point.
That being said, I was the first person in this race to say that we've got to deal with the long-term national debt issues. You got people on this stage that won't even talk about issues like Social Security and Medicare.
Man, he ain't said nothing about nothing. This is a bunch of nothing. Hot air. His breath probably stinks. Just all this damn talking about a bunch of nothing. Get to specifics. We wasted 1.5 minutes of crap listening to this. Man, answer the damn question. Get to the point. God damn.
Vivek, you recently said a president can't do everything. Well, I got news for you, Vivek. I've been in the hallway. I've been in the West Wing. A president of the United States has to confront every crisis facing America. I will put our nation back on the path to growth and prosperity and restore fiscal responsibility, just as I did in Congress and as governor,
Mr. Vice President,
and when I was vice president.
Boy. I'm sorry, y'all. We just wasted 2 minutes of your time listening to a bunch of hot mess. He ain't answered not one question. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's see what he mentioned. Vivek. Let's see if Vivek coming in hot. Come on.
But I mean,
you were named earlier. I'm going to get Vivek first.
We'll get to both of them.
This isn't that complicated, guys. Unlock American energy, drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear. Put people back to work by no longer paying them more to stay at home. Reform the U.S. Fed, stabilize the U.S. dollar, and go to war. The only war that I will declare as U.S. president will be the war on the federal administrative state.
Preach.
The source of those toxic regulations.
Come on.
Acting like a wet blanket on the economy.
My man's in there.
I'm not sure I exactly understood Mike Pence's comment, but
Talk to the
I'll let you all parse that out. For me, it's pretty simple. That's something a U.S. president can do with focus, and I'll deliver on it.
Let me explain.
Y'all, come to your partner, Vivek, my man, Viddy V. Your new name is Viddy V, baby. Viddy V, baby. Yo, specifics, bullet points, answered the question, precise, consistent, and he landed the plane. Not a bunch of hot air that Mike Pence just wasted 2 minutes of time we can't get back. He answered that question, guys, in 30 seconds. You see what I'm talking about? Didn't waste no time, and the presentation was pristine, and he got to the point with specifics. Man, I'm tired of all this hot air garbage, man. I'm calling you out. My man, Viddy V. Vivek. Yes, sir. Now, let's see what happens between them two. Not if in the clash a little bit. Let's see who actually has the higher financial IQ. We're talking about economics. Numbers. Okay, here we go.
Explain it to you. Let me explain it to you, Vivek, if I can.
Okay.
I'll go slower this time.
Please speed it up.
Struggle with the reading.
Speed it up.
I was a House conservative leader before it was cool. I actually pushed a Deficit Reduction Act. That was the last time we actually reduced the national debt in the United States when I was the leader of House Conservatives. I balanced budgets and cut taxes when I was governor. I mean, look, Joe Biden has weakened this country at home. And
stop right, Mike Pence, brother. Stop the cap. Like, stop the real talk, Mike, bruh. When you was in Congress, you know what I'm talking about, and then you became vice president, bruh. You kept spending some money, big dog. The deficit was going. Forget the deficit. That's garbage. The debt kept going up. Player, you were spending, big dog. This means nothing. Man, this is trash, man. Come on, man.
And abroad. Now is not the time for on-the-job training. We don't need to bring in a rookie. We don't need to bring in people without experience.
Because you done such a good job, Mike. You done a great job with your 20 plus years or whatever it may be in government. You done a great job. Man, shut up. Trash.
30 seconds when you have a rebuttal, okay? And you are up, Governor DeSantis.
So here's the thing. Why are we in this mess? Part of it, and a major reason, is because how this federal government handled COVID-19 by locking down this economy. It was a mistake. It should have never happened.
Okay.
In Florida, we led the country out of lockdown. We kept our state free and open. And I can tell you this, as your president, I will never let the deep state bureaucrats lock you down. You don't take somebody like Fauci and coddle him.
Okay, player.
You bring Fauci in, you sit him down, and you say, Anthony, you are fired.
You heard here. That was rehearsed too. That was rehearsed too. That was rehearsed. I like what you said. That was rehearsed too. Let's keep it 100.
I just want to respond to Mike for 1 second because he invoked me back.
Okay.
Listen, now that everybody's gotten their memorized, pre-prepared slogans out of the way, we can actually have a real discussion now. The reality and the fact of the matter is...
Was that one of yours?
Not really, Mike, actually. We're just going to have some fun tonight. And the reality is, you have a bunch of people, professional politicians, super PAC puppets, following slogans handed over to them by their 400-page super PACs last week. The real choice we face in this primary is this. Do you want a super PAC puppet, or do you want a patriot who speaks the truth? Do you want incremental reform, which is what you're hearing about, or do you want revolution?
Okay.
And I stand on the side of the American Revolution.
We're going to take control back here.
Y'all, I got to keep it 100 on this one. DeSantis, even though it was rehearsed, I got to give him that. That was cool. Mike Pence needs to go ahead and retire. Sit down, please. And Vivek, again, my man Biddy V. My man Biddy V, boy, he came in and he came in hot on that, baby. My man Biddy V, Vivek, baby. Again, precise, consistent, direct, and specific solutions in a short, concise time frame, not 35 minutes that we heard from Mike Pence and that garbage. Viddy V, baby, Vivek, baby, salute, baby. I like you. And DeSantis, I got to give it to you on that one, too. Even though it was rehearsed, we could tell it was rehearsed, it was still good, my nigga. All right, player. Now, guys, they had to bring this in. GOP brought it in from when it comes to President Trump. You know they had to go there because he wasn't there. So let's see what they all said. I want you guys to pay attention to a little section that comes up about them asking about Donald Trump. Here we go, guys, and then we go over to Trump. Let's see what's going on with this one. Here we go.
And talk about the elephant not in the room.
Former President Trump has been indicted in 4 different states on 91 counts. He will be processed tomorrow in Georgia at the Fulton County Jail for charges relating to the 2020 election loss.
You all signed a pledge to support the eventual Republican nominee. If former President Trump is convicted in a court of law,
let's see what happens.
Would you still support him as your party's choice? Please raise your hand if you would.
I paused it right there for a reason, guys. It's because look who raised his hand immediately. Our man Biddy V. Our man Vivek. Biddy V. My man. Look at that. Look at everybody. Look at him. Now watch the heads. Watch the heads of everybody as they see Vivek raise his hand, and the crowd reacts. Watch them. Here we go. Look at him. Look at her. Look at her.
So just to be clear,
look at her.
Governor Christie, you were kind of late to the game there, but you raised your hand?
No, I'm doing this. Look, I'm doing this.
And I know you didn't.
Whoa. No. What's the look, here's the bottom line. Someone's got to stop normalizing this conduct. Okay? Now whether or not you believe that the criminal charges are right or wrong, the conduct is beneath the office of President of the United States. And
these guys, boy, these guys.
And you know, this is the great thing about this country. Booing is allowed, but it doesn't change the truth.
Wow, he's just put himself as the superior. Okay, let's see this exchange.
Get in and respond. Let's just speak the truth, okay? President Trump, I believe, was the best president of the 21st century. It's a fact.
Stark contrast, okay.
Honest to God, your claim that Donald Trump is motivated by vengeance and grievance would be a lot more credible if your entire campaign were not based on vengeance and grievance against...
Wow, okay, call them out. Two different contrasts. Okay, let's see what happens. See what happens.
Donald Trump without an iota of vision for this country. They could just change the channel to MSNBC right now.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not running for president of MSNBC.
Okay.
I am running for president of the United States.
All right.
We're skating on thin ice, and we cannot set a precedent where the party in power uses police force to indict its political opponents. It is wrong.
He's spot on. He is spot on. I got to agree with that one. I agree with that one. Okay.
You know, let me tell you something.
I'm sorry, 30 seconds, Governor Christie.
You make me laugh because
you
sit here in an answer. You
Wow.
sit here in an answer. Right?
They ain't liking him right now. Looking at him right now.
You
this
sit
is.
here in an answer.
Go ahead, Governor Christie.
So they're going and booing him right there, guys. Man, you can see a stark contrast between our man Vivek and Governor Christie. Two different type of perspectives. Now, I actually agree with our man Vivek on this point. To be honest with you, and Governor Christie is just really, I'll be honest with you, he's actually in the race just to go after Donald Trump. Let's keep 100. Let's keep 100. It is what it is. Now, guys, here we go. Now, we've now seen the GOP people, all right, which is pretty cool. Now let's go to Trump and Tucker. Okay, we've already looked at the numbers. The numbers just blow out the GOP live stream, just blow it out. And the video between Trump and Tucker was actually pre-recorded. That's what kind of shocked me, is a pre-recorded video outperforming live stream. That was pretty crazy. But let's dive into this real quickly. This is Tucker as well as President Trump. They're going to talk a little bit about the competitors that we just heard at the debate. Here we go.
When you say there are people on stage who shouldn't be running for president, who do you mean?
Well, I don't want to really use names, but it wouldn't matter too much. A guy like, I call him Ada Hutchinson. It's Asa, but I call him Ada.
Why do you call him Ada?
I could tell you, but I don't want to get myself in a little trouble. But he's weak and pathetic, and he was, I never understood the guy, never knew him. He was the governor of Arkansas, not a very popular guy. I don't know how but that state is such a great state. The people are so incredible in that state, and they love me and I love them. How does this guy get elected governor of Arkansas? But he's nasty always, and has been. A guy like Chris Christie, the guy left with a 8%, think of it, 8% approval rating in New Jersey. Now he's running for president. And he runs solely on the basis, let's get Trump. He's like a savage maniac. He's like a lunatic. And that's all he talks about. His poll numbers are very, very low. He's about 2%.
What's he like? You know him well.
No, I've had...
Man, I think Trump enjoys talking bad about these people. Like, real talk. I think he really enjoys this. Like, for real. Like, for real. He does it so easily. Like, for real. You go, wow.
I've been friendly with him over the years, but I couldn't give him a job because I just never trusted him very much. I was just never one of his people that really trusted him. I never gave him the job. And that's one of the reasons he feels so hurt and so betrayed.
Okay.
And I understand that. I really do. I understand it. But I never gave him, he wanted to be different things. He was looking at different elements of the administration. Sure. And I decided I didn't want to do it. And now I'm glad I did, because you see, but we had some great people. I had great people. Okay. We'll have even better people if we do this, because now I know Washington. Before I didn't know Washington. But guys like Bill,
so hold on.
Bill Barr were terrible. I mean, they were, I would say, Bushies.
But real talk, Trump, brother, you the one that actually hired them. Yeah, they were referred to you by said people, but big dog, you actually hired them. So the buck stopped with you, big dog. So these were bad hires. To be honest with you. Now I understand you didn't know that much about Washington rocking with you, and you just said that, but you got to own, brother, that you hired these people. You did that. All right.
I say that with respect to the Bush family, but they were Bushies, and it doesn't work out for us.
It was clear. This is kind of far afield, but it was just interesting. I read Barr's account.
Okay, so now he goes in on Bill Barr. So we're done with that real quickly, guys. I would just say, guys, he talked about just Christie and Asa Hutchinson. That said, he didn't talk about a man Vivek. Or this Ron DeSantis. He does talk about Ron DeSantis later on a little bit. He calls him Ron DeSanctimonious. These names. Nikki Haley, same thing about Tim. He liked Tim Scott, which was cool. So he really this interview really wasn't full of a lot of solutions. You know what I'm saying? Solutions. It was this is just a conversation. That's what it realistically was. So now let's go to the prosecution. All right, they do go into the prosecution that he's going through right now. So let's dive into that real quickly, and he's going to talk about his thoughts on that. All right, here we go.
The reason I'm asking you is I'm looking at the trajectory since 2015 when you got into politics, for real, and then won. Yeah. It started with protests against you, massive protests, organized protests by the left, and then it moved to impeachment twice,
right?
And now indictment. I mean, the next stage is violence. Are you worried that they're going to try and kill you? Why wouldn't they try and kill you, honestly?
That's an interesting question about so-called assassination. Let's see what he says.
They're savage animals. They are people that are sick, really sick. You have great people in the Democrat Party. You have great people that are Democrats. Most of the people in our country are fantastic, and I'm representing everybody. I'm not just Republicans or conservatives. I represent everybody. I'm the president of everybody.
Okay.
But I've seen what they do. I've seen the lengths that they go to when they make up the Russia. When that's exposed and they go down, and Barr should have gone after them, and other people should have gone after them. And they did very late because the Durham report came out. It was fairly good. It could have been a lot tougher, I guess, but it was fairly good. But it explained how corrupt it was. I'll tell you who did a great job was the Inspector General Horowitz. He did a phenomenal report. You didn't have to go to him. He did it on Comey and on, I guess, McCabe and some others, and it was a vicious, it was basically a true report, how bad they are.
Yeah.
But these people are sick people. These are people that I think they hate our country. You want to know the truth?
Interesting.
When you see open borders, when you see these policies that they have, and so many other things, it's so sad to see. We have a country that's very fragile right now. I've never seen, I will say, look, I ran in 16, which was 15, but I ran in 16, election in 16, and there was tremendous spirit. In 20, there was even more spirit. We got millions and millions more votes. It wasn't even a contest. People said, well, what do you think of 20? I said, we did much better. We did. You got to base it on the number of votes. We got many more votes in 20 than we did in 16. But the election was rigged. It was a rigged election. And with COVID, they used COVID to cheat in a lot of different things, and we have so much on it. It's like so easy. But we had judges that didn't want to look. We had people didn't want to get involved. They called you, he's a conspiracy theorist, if you say.
Now he talks about the election, So he talked a little bit about the persecution and about how those going after him realistically or don't really like him at all. So again, this discussion wasn't really a solutions filled discussion. It was just a conversation that Tucker actually asked questions concerning his thoughts on some topics, which is fine. No problem with it at all. Now, let's go over to the world stage. When I heard this, guys, this kind of piqued my ear a little bit because, in my opinion, we are so weak right now on the world stage. You have China just acting out how they want to act as well. Russia, of course, invading Ukraine. When it comes to commodities, it's kind of a wild, wild west. You have the BRIC situation going on. So there's a lot of weakness in for the United States on the world stage. Let's see exactly what President Trump says about the world stage and what he would kind of do to kind of bring us back to that superpower. Let's see what's going on.
To know the leaders of all of the countries, essentially, but the big ones. And the bigger, the tougher the leader. You know, it's like sort of, I guess maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. But I got to know President Xi of China and Putin and Kim Jong-un, North Korea. Did a great job with North Korea, kept us out of a nuclear war. We would have 40,000 dead soldiers right now. They'd drop a nuke right on top of the military base. But we have 40,000 soldiers over there. And I did great. I got along with them great. That's a positive. You know, the press said, he said nice things about Kim Jong-un. I also said horrible things at the beginning. Horrible enough that he wanted to talk.
Yeah, he did. He called him Rocket Man. He called him Rocket Man. And said that he would blow the poo out of him if try. Basically, he was like, F around and find out. That was kind of what was Trump's whole stilo there. And real talk, that actually worked because Kim Jong-un backed off. Got to give him respect. They got to give respect there.
And we talked, and we met in Singapore. We met actually twice. Yeah. And we had unbelievable meetings. I know him very well. We were in great shape with him.
Okay.
What do you think he and Xi and Putin think of Biden?
I think they can't believe it. I think they probably say this is some kind of a system. You know, they had great respect for our country. They respected me. They had great respect for our country when I was there. Every one of them. Look, if you go to North Korea, you take a look at what happened. You know, the Olympics was dead. South Korea spent billions on the Olympics. Nobody was going to go. They didn't want to get blown up. They called me and they said, we are going to let the Olympics proceed. This is North Korea. I said, you should go into the Olympics. Put your athletes in. It wasn't like, you know, they were big on athletes because, you know.
Famine.
But they went in and they actually participated. And within about 2 days, the entire thing was sold out. And if it wasn't me, that would have never happened. But I got along very well with him, and that's a positive thing. Okay. He does have massive nuclear power, by the way.
Interesting.
And if Hillary would have gotten in, or if the Obama thought process continued, it would have been a nuclear war, absolutely, with North Korea.
So he's clearly communicating a difference in foreign policy, a distinct difference between Obama, Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and President Biden, right? A stark difference. And to be honest with you, he's defining it fairly well.
He was expecting to go into a war, and it would have been a nuclear war.
So do you think the rest of the world looks on at Biden and thinks someone else has got to be running the government?
Well, somebody else has to be. I don't think he's capable of doing anything. Look, when I debated him, I said, how come, and this was in front of probably not a friend of yours, Chris Wallace. He was the moderator.
Not a friend.
I said, why is it he wants to be Mike, but he doesn't have the talent? It's one of those
bitchy little man.
He wanted to be his father, but he didn't have the talent of his father. Was great. His father,
a little fussy man.
His father interviewed me in 60 Minutes. It was actually a 10. Can you believe it?
No, I totally. His father had talent, at least.
I may have been the only guy that he gave a good 60 Minutes to. He was rough.
Really?
His father was tough. He was great, though. He was great at what he did. But Chris Wallace was so upset. He was guarding this guy who wouldn't do a show, by the way. You know, he wouldn't do. I figured I didn't mind Chris Wallace because Biden wouldn't do a show, and it was very obvious. You know, he kept asking him and asking, but he wouldn't do the show. So I figured he's got to like me. But he came from a different planet. But remember when I asked the question, why is it that the mayor of Moscow's wife is allowed to give you $3.5 million? Don't forget, that was brought up. Now it's brought up all the time, but that was brought up by me long before anyone ever heard of it. I said, the mayor of Moscow's wife giving you $3.5 million. What did you do to deserve $3.5 million? to Biden. And Chris Wallace said, this has nothing to do with the debate. I mean, he
got in the way of the question.
No,
So now he goes in on Biden and Chris Wallace, guys. So, man, this was a different type of flow. I like his communicating the difference in foreign policy when it comes to the world stage, as far as from strength. There's a clear difference from between President Biden and President Trump. It's clear, easy to see. More of our enemies or competition, I would say, on the world stage are more emboldened now with President Biden in versus when President Trump was in. So, I mean, you got the BRIC situation coming up as well. Also, there's been some aggressive moves from our competition on the world stage now that President Biden has been in office versus when President Trump was in office. It's clear to see. If you can't see that, you're really blind. It's real simple, guys. So here's my reaction, guys, to this entire thing, guys. Thank you for tuning in with your partner. When it comes to Tucker and Trump versus the GOP Fox debate, it's clear from a viewership standpoint, Tucker and Trump actually won, hands down, easy. From a viewership standpoint, a like standpoint, an engagement standpoint, it was hands down Trump Tucker. It was very easy to see. Number two was the GOP debate was a little bit more spicier because you have more than one candidate there. But to be honest with you, the person that won the debate was my man Vivek Ramaswamy. It was very easy to see. Very easy to see. Number two, you got to give it to DeSantis. Number three, maybe Nikki Haley a little bit, maybe that. But to be honest with you, all those guys on the GOP stage, besides they're really rehearsing for a vice president position or a cabinet position. It's extremely clear to see, hands down. And I'm making it that basis based on the engagement of both of the videos. One was pre-recorded, President Trump, as well as Tucker was pre-recorded and is uploaded. And then the GOP one was actually live streamed. Tucker them destroyed them. It was easy to see. Easy to see. That's it. Now, when it comes to solutions, when it comes to the GOP, Vivek all day long. Vivek all day long. Very simple, guys. Let's see. When it comes to the economy, for the GOP debate, Vivek all day long. And I would say a second will be DeSantis. He began to come in. DeSantis, brother, you got to stop rehearsing, bro. I mean, not stop rehearsing. You got to stop, man, just sticking to scripts, man, and be more off the cuff, man. Fight a little bit more. Sell more. Because, Doc, you real boring, bro. Like, real talk. This sad, man. You came in as the really number two with the potential to be number one. And you were just flopped. It is just crazy town. And you have an unknown like our man Vivek Ramaswamy. He come in and just spanking their head in. It's real simple. On President Trump, guys, when it came to the GOP debate, I wanted you to notice who actually picked up their hand first. It was Vivek. Then Vivek actually had more substance to it. Simple. Christie, he called out Christie as well. You saw all those other individuals look around and then raise their hands. Trash. No principles. No backbone. No nothing. Trash, garbage, no. Stand on your convictions, big dog. Stop doing this and seeing where the wind's blowing. Stop that. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy as well, don't you get too confident because now you are the target. You're the target now. They're coming. They are coming for you, brother. They're coming. Now, when it comes to Tucker and Trump, that was just really just a discussion. And Trump got this just to talk and talk and talk. And to be honest with you, this is kind of really the first time he's really kind of just really talked without being kind of interjected all the time. But to be honest with you, when it comes to interjections, Trump brings it on a lot on his own as well because he insults people. He does. I think he enjoys it. He really does. He brings it on himself. So it was kind of cool to see that. When it came to the competition, he talked about two people, Christie and Asa Hutchinson. Boo, please. That was about it. When it came to the prosecution, he talked a little bit about that. Then he got into the election portion of it because that was part of the prosecution as well. And when it came to the world stage, I think his strongest point was on the world stage because he got to communicate a clear, distinct difference between foreign policies of President Biden and President Trump. And it is very clear to see from a world stage, we are weaker now than we were 3 to 4 years ago. It is clear. It's clear. All right, guys. That's my reaction, guys. When it comes to the GOP debate, I'm in VDV 1. I say Vec number 1. I would say DeSantis number 2. Then I would say probably number 3 is probably going. I'm gonna give the nod probably to maybe a Nikki Haley 3. Tim Scott just vanished. I don't know what he went to. Asa Hutchinson and the governor for New Hampshire. Let's stop this game. Asa and the North Dakota governor go back to North Dakota, man, and just govern. Asa, I don't know what you're doing, big dog. It's time you sit down. Come on, bro. Tim Scott, man, I'm just disappointed in Tim Scott, though. He has just vanished, bro. Tim Scott. What's going on, Tim, bro? Man. But, all right, guys. But again, who won the debate? Our man VDV, baby. Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm just calling him VDV. That's my dude. Now, what is the Countermove? This is what's the name of my show. It's called The Countermove. I always say, guys, every time, burn it on your brain. Peep it. Sweep it. And then keep that thing, baby. So I ask this question all the time. After you have heard the debate, right, and President Trump talking to Tucker, and there was a distinct difference in approach and direction that these candidates want to take the country. I got to ask you this question concerning the state of the country right now. Examine your current situation. What I mean by that? How's it going for you? Is it sucking? Everything is high. Are you thriving? The only person to answer the question is you. How is your current situation? Period. Now, sweep it. Now, how secure is your voting strategy? In other words, based on what you've actually seen, right? How you gonna vote? Now you may say, "Dad, I need to see some more." No problem. The first debate, we got a little bit of time now. But you actually have two distinct directions where we currently are now, and where they want to take what the other candidates want to do in contrast to now. So you have kind of a foundation there. What are you gonna do? How have you been voting? And if you're voting for what is currently is and you like it, keep voting that way. If you don't like it, vote the other way. It's very simple, guys. Very simple. All right. This is what I give you counsel on, guys. Please begin to start voting and thinking generationally, right? Again, vote 3 generations ahead of you. Okay? Ahead of you. Not just for today, ahead of you. Too many times we vote for right now. Now, I'm not saying that you're not cognizant of how things are going on now. Oh, yes, do that. But as you are examining your current situation, which was the first section, also be thinking generationally so that you make a good, wise decision. As the Bible says, a wise man plans for his children's children. Okay? 3 generations ahead of you. If you keep voting just for you, I feel sorry for you. And it's not going to get any better at all. Sorry. All right? Well, guys, man, give me your thoughts. That's all I have for today, man. This was kind of fun a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? I may do one on who is the GOAT. Michael Jordan. No, forget that. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I may do a Countermove podcast, guys, on Kobe versus LeBron. That's what I may do. And I may invite folks on so we can debate this topic. Forget LeBron versus MJ. MJ all day long. I'm bringing up Kobe versus LeBron. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so man, guys, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think about what's going on, guys. Who won the debate? Your thoughts on Trump? This whole thing about him getting indicted for a 4th time. Give me your thoughts, guys. Now, every single Friday, we actually have a show that comes out, guys. It's called Somewhere in the Middle with Susu. Suni and Mo. Every week I play it, guys, man. It's actually on Tuesday as well as on Friday, guys. What I want to do, guys, is let me play a little bit of sample for those that are new, and we can go from there. Here we go.
Now we're about to get
I went down.
facts on facts on facts. Hello.
Guys, that's Somewhere in the Middle with Suni and Mo every Friday at 8 p.m. CST, 9 p.m. EST, guys. Check them out. Get your boo. Have a good time. Laugh a little bit. And you're going to learn a little something as well, guys. Man, guys, that's all I have for today, man. Give me your thoughts, man. Comment below. Again, subscribe if you have not. Come kick it with your partner, your boy, man. You know how I end it every single time. You get to see perfection, which is me. I'm putting y'all, but you get to see me before you leave. And while you can, you see that thing, guys. Take that damn picture and give it to your mom and them. Now say it with your chest and holler at your partner. God bless you guys. See you next week. Peace.
Long live the king.